So history has its own patterns. If you study that enough, you can see these patterns. And then if you start forecasting and predicting, yeah, this looks like it's going to happen, and then you're keeping score, you say, man, I said the score was going to be so in Chicago 5 and so 3, and they start coming up that same, right? That's the score. Okay, the score in the world we're living in, look, it's too deep right now. It's always been deep. But our people are being slaughtered and murdered by the hundreds of thousands in Yemen, but they holding on. Man, some bad brothers, man. They serious. They holding on. Hezbollah is holding on, and everybody, you can see them coons, them Lebanese coons coming on. They're not helping us. They're this, that, and other. And everybody else in Lebanon is waving flags. Thank y'all for coming in. Man, y'all got heat and oil. Y'all got gasoline. Hey, man. And they're happy, right? They're happy. They got some of them coons. Day before yesterday, Saudi Arabia slapped something on Qardan Hassanan, loan to Allah, beautiful. The same name we use for our help. They got an organization from Lebanon to Saudi Arabia. They slapped a thing on it because they're Zionist stooges, right? Okay. When Allah, we use it as a blessing. Some people would call it almost a curse to be able to see all of this stuff and not do what you want to do about it, right? That's where that's where tawakkul comes, trust in Allah. When you can look at all of this stuff and you say, what part do we play in it? What part? Okay, we're going to discombobulate boss man. That's what we can do, right? Can't raise no army because he'll fill up the army. 99% of the people in the army will be polices from his army. So you can't raise an army and go down and do nothing about it, right? So you don't even waste your strength, right? You don't use up your strength and become anxious. This is what tawakkul, this is what trust in Allah. When you turn your whole stuff over to Allah. This is tafweed. This is like what Musa is saying. And he said, I turned my whole affairs over to you. Right? That's the same thing. That's the way we look at it. We turn our affair, and we have a long time ago. That's why we're in a unique position. Other people would look at it, oh, they're on the news all the time. Oh, they have everybody coming to, go ahead. Right? That's good. That's not where we're coming from. And thanks to Allah that we had the history and the time and the wealth to learn what's what. Those people are doing what they do because they don't see no opening. If I don't do, all of them are not the police, but they say this Islam is a team sport, and if we don't play on the team, we don't get no, And sometimes they use examples like me. You look at Musa, you don't cooperate, you just won't be around, And then people will say, man, your best friends was these Iranians. You were the star of their show, and they loved you, and they praised you all the time, and now they won't talk to you. I said, they won't talk to me, but those others are very happy. You think that people are too stupid to be able to look here and see what's going on. If they're doing all of that everywhere else, then they know who everybody is. You don't have to meet, in Tehran every week and shake everybody's hand. Right? You know, and they know, and this is the language of struggle. And they know when you come out and you say certain things that we have to blockade run, we have to do this, we have to do that we didn't start that last week, but it started that long time ago. But then, all of a sudden, you look up and say, you got to go and take a chance and help the brothers out. The brothers need your help, and pretty soon trucks are coming in, the ships are coming, and they come into Syria, they come into Lebanon. Okay, go back a few months. Just go back. See who's telling who what they got to do. Oh, what they should do. Okay, maybe next there'll be blockade running. That'll be great. That'll be great. But one thing about it, all your friends, what we call friends, are in a huge struggle, and they holding on. So what kind of coons would we be if our friends are holding on in Yemen and they really getting it down there? Right? What if the Lebanese are holding on, right? What if Iraq been destroyed and laid waste? What if Iran is triple, quadruple sanctioned, re-sanctioned, and they rolling along, right? And what if they get a breath of fresh air, they run the oil prices up to up to 80 something dollars a barrel, I think is where it's at now, right? Okay. So who you think is not going to buy that oil at $75 a barrel and it's 80 something a barrel? Everybody that can get over there, right? Yeah, everybody's going to buy it. Or they'll transfer it in the middle of the ocean to this ship. You know what I mean? They sit over there, pump it. They say we just lose $1 if we pump all night the oil over there, and then we'll take it on over there. And this ship will go back and meet another ship from Malaysia, Indonesia. We just be pumping oil in the middle of the ocean, right? All day long. It's all right, homeboys. It's $85 a barrel. We're going to get it to you. With all the charges, we're going to give it to you on site at $65 a barrel. So if we lose $10 in transfer here and another there, you got to have $65 zillions of barrels. Who's going to buy it? China is even running low on oil. You think China ain't going to buy no oil? Okay. The stuff that we go through ain't nothing here. People look at it, they said, boy, that's sad. I said, ain't sad. What are you talking about? This is a joke, right? If you set for it, this is a joke. Hey, man. It was serious 50, 45 years ago would be the last, maybe even 30. Those years back then when you're acquiring the knowledge about all of this stuff. But after you get it and understand the flow, and especially with your understanding of Islam. So let me speed up. So we have to define leadership ourselves, what it is, and this stuff about living the evolution. That means that it's a long-term implementation plan. Because living evolution means that evolution is happening right in front of your face, but you're living and you're participating in that. Okay. So, as we say, we might as well go for it. Okay. Everybody's heard of the military-industrial complex, right? Okay, they got a political industrial complex, a political machine, a bunch of gobbly-headed people, right? And you got to, if you want to be something in this society, You have to go along with the political industrial complex. That means you got to support the Army and all of that, and they got to be supported by the CIA and the FBI, CIA, and all that. Going to get information, and it's going to make sure that they have to build weapons and all of that, so that it's a whole vicious cycle. And we have to explain this to the American people. That's our job. We have to explain it to the American people. That all of your taxes and all of your wealth, that you are a people that was top of the line materially some years ago, and now you're moving to the bottom of the barrel. You're considered the first of third world countries. Like, for third world countries, you're in first place. Roads deteriorating, airports. If you think I'm driving, go to Kennedy Airport and go to airport in China, anywhere. Right? Let's go. And see what the stuff is. They got cones here, cones there. You can't walk over here, you can't get over there, and you don't know where you're going. Right? Because New York is old, out of date. It's the last century. It's from the old days, the old empire, the American empire, when it was number one. It's not nowadays. Everybody else, they just wouldn't do that. Okay, now for me and you, everybody else would say, we would not like your position because first you make boss man mad, and worse than that, you make the Zionists mad. You make the Zionists mad, and the Zionists run boss man and boss man, and so we said, that's great. So not only we do it with pride. We do it with happiness. We sit here and we make a fool out of boss man all the time. Right? Is he controlling us? He has some effect. He can put anybody with us or around us he wants. But the tractor beam is us. We putting it on him. We're having more influence on him than he have on us. Can you imagine? A handful of folks have more, influence on the whole United States of American infrastructure. And we know it. Yeah, we actually know it. The money that boss man spend on us is ridiculous. It just, why would you waste all of that money on us, All you got to do is come and ask us. We'll tell you, well, we're doing this, boss man, and we're going to do that. And we'll be 90% accurate. We're going to leave a few points so he don't know you headed over that way, but if you headed directly there, you headed this way or that way, it's always headed over that way. So, political industrial complex, think tanks and all that, mean that we have to trap the system. Trap it in our pattern, and it's Negroid. Yeah, sure it is. And he don't understand it, and when he look up, he's being laughed at by everybody. And his Negroes, we're not going to lose any sleep trying to convince Negroes and other people, fraternities, this group, that group. Because we can see many people here have a fraternity look that they, and not Freemasons, but you could imagine that Boss man is going to put all of his crew on you. And then if it's Islam, he could tell the Negroes, well, they Muslims, you know, and you Freemasons, and then they'll all be in it together. All of them will be in it together because they don't know what the next step is or what to take, because they're back in the 19th century and at least the 20th century and the early part, because they never evolved. I don't care whether it's the NAACP and all of, they have not evolved to what's now. And all of those groups look at what, they don't would look at it, they look at what we're doing, they said, that's insanity. That's insanity. Therefore, we'll help boss man.